Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be doing an unboxing and first impressions of two Angstrom Research puzzles. But first I want to let you guys know that sorry I haven't uploaded since before Christmas. I got a seriously nasty flu. I've been bedridden for a very long time. My voice was shot. I haven't been able to make videos or work my day job in any way whatsoever lately. So now I'm starting to feel better and my voice still isn't quite back, but it's good enough. And I've been sitting on these puzzles for way too long and I want to open this up. I also want to say I'm going to try to go back to old school Crazy Bad Cuber, integrating it into new school Crazy Bad Cuber stuff. You saw that the intro is back. I'm going to bring that back. And I'm not going to concentrate solely on, speed cubes like I have been for a long time. I'm going to do those, but I'm going to do a lot of other custom puzzles and get back into cuboids and hand mods and all the stuff that all of you guys have, subscribed for back in the day. All right. Anyways, so Angstrom Research is now a new sub-brand of the Cubicle. It was created by Chris Tran, who created, the Boron Treated stuff, and he's the man behind creating magnetic technology in puzzles. And so this is new. This is like different types of coated puzzles. That's all that's in there. So these are, wow, nice, nice boxes and everything. But these are apparently better than the Boron Treated. And I find that hard to believe. So I said, hey, I want to try them out because I'm a really big fan of Chris Tran's work. And if they're better than the Boron Treated one, maybe time to give this one up. I don't know. Okay, so these are stickerless though. So I'm going to try to go into this with a non-biased opinion because I do like black cubes. Now I'm not sure which one is which. I think one is Dayan. I don't know. This is just the first impressions though. But one is Dayan coated. You can see that right there. I mean, we'll show you the pieces in a second. So one's coated with Dayan plastic, and one is some, I think, polymer or something. I don't remember exactly what it is, but how do you open this, Chris? There we go. But when I do my full review, like I don't even know this type of stuff is going to be on the cubicle.us. I don't know exactly when. And I don't know the price, so I can't really like comment on those type of things yet. All I can do is give you my first impressions. Now, which one is which? I don't have any idea. I'm guessing this one is not the Dayan one because it doesn't really seem like it's coated black, but this one does. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that this one here is coated with old school Dayan Zanchi plastic, or it doesn't have to be Zanchi, but anyways, let's do first turns. Oh, that is so different. I mean, it feels really nice, but that is different than this one. That one is very much broken in though. Oh, I feel like when I'm moving things, yeah, the magnets are very strong. What about this one? Yeah, the magnets feel very, very strong in this puzzle. I don't know why though. It feels like there's a lot of gap because I hold like this, right? Like I think most people do, and I do a lot of my triggers with my right hand, but it feels like it's separating here, and it just or like the center cap might be just too high, or something, but it doesn't look high. It doesn't feel between the edge and the center here like it does on other ones, and these are all GTS2s, so. Yeah, it kind of feels a little, I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to have to play with them for a while, obviously, maybe get a better understanding of how to describe it. But, yeah, these two definitely feel different. And by different, I mean different from each other as well as from the Boron Treated one. I mean, like right off the bat, I prefer the Boron Treated one, the feel of it, but it could be because I'm breaking it in. We'll have to see when I actually do a full review. But what I am excited to do is to kind of open these up and show you the coating. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So these are the pieces. This is a nice close-up shot. This is the Polymer Blend stuff first, then we're going to go to the Dayan coated one. Now, I don't know exactly what Polymer Blend is. I know that what's happening here is that he is putting a new coating on top of the original to make it feel different. This corner piece here, you can see there is some chipping. That actually happened while I was taking the piece out. So that wasn't a defect of Chris's work by any means whatsoever. Now the polymer coating, obviously, it looks a little bit clearer. You can see that it's there, of course, and I can feel that it does feel different than just a regular GTS 2M. It feels completely different. I think he's also changed the magnets out as well. This is the Dayan coated one, and it is much darker. It is made from a black plastic. Now, for you out there who don't understand the old Dayan and why this coating may be important to you, a long time ago when Dayan came out with like Guhong and Zanchi and stuff, they made the puzzle out of a different type of plastic, and then shortly after the first run of production, they changed that plastic, which is why you hear the term, sorry, that was my phone, I'll turn it off, which is why you hear the term Old Plastic Dayan. And they're very hard to find. And so I have no idea how he's actually coating these puzzles with those type of materials. I'm not sure if he's dipping them or whatever, or if he's spraying it on or whatever. But I'm not sure exactly how it's done, but I can tell you that he's doing a very good job of it. As far as does this puzzle feel like an Old Plastic Dayan, I've had many of them in my life. When I started cubing, I got serious into making videos and stuff. I had quite a few Old Plastic Dayan puzzles. So I remember how they feel. Now, does this feel exactly like that? Because that's really what this video is about. It's the coating of old stuff on new stuff. And it is a little bit hard for me to say specifically if it does feel exactly the same, because the cube does not perform exactly the same as they did back then. These are updated cubes. There's more to the mechanism. They are much better cubes than they were before. I will say that it does feel very, very smooth, both of them. I prefer the Polymer Blend though, but they do feel they feel considerably different from each other and from the original puzzle that they came from. I prefer the Polymer Blend. Now, does it feel like an Old Plastic Dayan? In all honesty, no. It doesn't remind me, like when I first got it, it doesn't really remind me of how I felt about the Old Plastic Dayan puzzles. What it does do is add a layer of smoothness to this puzzle that was never there before. I will say it is an incredibly smooth feeling puzzle, both of them. I like the way that the Polymer Blend is set up a little bit better. Now, I don't know if this is all that Angstrom Research is going to be doing, because Chris Tran brought Cubicle Labs in and he did all sorts of stuff with, boron treating and magnetizing, of course. Now, what is Angstrom Research going to bring to us in the future? I have no idea. This is the first thing, which is coated cubes. I don't know if that's all that it's going to be, or if they're just going to continue to research more ways to do different things, and it's going to be sort of like the new Cubicle Labs, and like everything they do that would have been Cubicle Labs before is now Angstrom Research. I'm not 100% sure, but what I do know is that I really love the innovation, and I can't wait to see what comes next. All right, guys, so I've been solving on these things all day. In fact, I do have a preference. So the black one that is more black is the Dayan coated one. So this one here is coated with Old Plastic from Dayan, and this one here is, I think, a Polymer Blend it's called. I much prefer the Polymer Blend over the original plastic Dayan coated one. Like I said at the beginning too, when I'm solving, like it just feels like this edge wants to pull away from that's how I feel about it now. The edge feels like it wants to pull away from the center too much and create a gap. And it may be because there's a coating and it's added extra thickness. It may be because of the tensioning. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done anything. These are still straight out of the box. I prefer the feel of this one much more than the Dayan one. That I know for a fact. And at this point, I still prefer and it's not because this is black and these are stickerless. I prefer the feel of a Boron Treated cube over the coated cubes. But that's right now. That may change because I'm going to continue to play with these. But my biggest gripe about these, if I had to give one, is that the logos are etched in, and it's a cool idea, but it's very distracting for me. I solve white on the bottom. So anytime that I have red in front of me or in the back of me, it's touching either my thumb or my middle finger as I'm solving. And it's a very distracting feel, especially when I'm not expecting it. You know, when I forget that it's there because I'm solving this way, so they're on the sides and I'm not really paying attention to that because I can't feel them that way. And then I flip it here with an F2L pair, it's on my thumb, and it distracts me for a second and it makes me pause. It's just an unnecessary distraction. I think that it's a cool idea to engrave them in, sure, but I think that just a sticker would be much better, in my opinion. Again, though, like if I had this etching on the white side, it really wouldn't bother me, or even on the yellow side. I'd prefer the white, but then you wouldn't see it as much, I think. I think there's a reason it's put on the red side. But if it was on the bottom, it would never really bother me because I never ever touch the bottom because it's always on the bottom. So that's why I put my stickers on the bottom. What I can say though is that they are very, very smooth cubes. The other thing too is, remember in the beginning I said like it just feels weird like between the center and the edge, and it hasn't gone away at all. So I haven't tensioned these either, so I'm going to give that the benefit of the doubt, because this one here I don't get that with at all. So between now and my review, I'm going to kind of tension them and see if I can set it up better. And that may change my opinion on the Dayan one. As far as we are now, they're cool cubes. It's a cool idea. I'm not a fan of the etching. I wish it was on the bottom if they're going to keep it, but that's just me. And as far as it stands right now, I will be staying with my Boron Treated one, which is also Chris Tran's product, and I'm super loyal to this puzzle. But I did throw away my bias of this puzzle to try to get these, a better, feeling on them. But they're just at this point not as good, in my opinion. So, anyways, guys, I will make a full review on these after I've played with them and tensioned them, see if I can get rid of some of that problem. And they are out on the Cubicle, and then I know what price they are, so I can recommend them or not. Thanks for watching, guys. And thanks to Chris Tran and the Cubicle for sending me these puzzles. And I'll see you guys on my next video.